Uber forces its drivers to deal with service animals. I don't like this one at all. This one angers me. I received an email, as many of you rideshare drivers most likely have as well. I don't know about Lyft, but I'm going to assume that Lyft, if not already, probably will follow in the footsteps of Uber. After all, they follow in Uber's footsteps on every damn thing else. So it would not surprise me if we receive some type of correspondence from Lyft also stating that flat out you have to take service animals no matter what the hell is going on. Now let me start the video out by making it clear. I'm not anti-service animal or anti-disabled folks with disabilities. What I am is anti-mandatory forcing of duties for rideshare drivers. This is supposed to be an independent contractor position, not an employee position where you have no choice about doing this or this or that. If you are a plumber as an independent contractor, or say you do lawn care as an independent contractor, you have far more choice in regards to who you can interact with than Uber or Lyft gives us, because they are forcing us to do things to the point where it's kind of slowly eroding the label of independent contractor. In this case, forcing you to accept service animals in the vehicle. And some of the language, I'm going to give you the actual email that I received. I'm assuming many of you received. Let me know in the comments what you think, and did you receive this damn email? But some of the language they use is downright insensitive, in my opinion, damn near cruel. Here is one of the opening statements, or some of the opening lingo. As some people with disabilities travel with a service animal, you should be prepared for these riders. Please note that riders with service animals do not need to request an Uber pet trip. They're legally allowed to bring their service animal on any type of Uber trip. Some of this makes no damn sense at all. First of all, what if you have a tiny ass Prius and their service animal is a Saint Bernard? You supposed to put that big ass dog in the back of that vehicle? There are vehicles that may not be suitable for the service animal this person has. There is no suggestion that they only have a certain type of service animal. I've heard people suggesting that a pig is their damn service animal. So first of all, they need to specify what is the definition of a service animal. I'm not Noah. My car's not a damn ark. You can't bring any damn thing you want in my vehicle. So that's the first thing. They need to specify legally what qualifies as a service animal. This has also happened on some airlines, and they kick the passengers off. You're not bringing a pig on a damn airplane. And that also should apply to you as an independent contractor. I'm going to tell you how to get around this, whether it is law or not. There is a way out of this that's fairly simple. But the obvious comeback, or pushback rather, is what about people who have allergies or fear of animals? Listen to this continuing language, which I find to be just downright cruel. You are required to transport riders with service animals. Various state and federal laws prohibit drivers from denying a ride to someone because of their service animal. Now listen to this. Here's a horrible part. We understand that some drivers may have allergies, religious objections, or a generalized fear of animals, but Uber policies requires drivers to follow the law. Talk about fuck your feelings. If you have a fear of animals, let's say, for instance, I know someone personally that was mauled by a German Shepherd at a young age. They're an adult now, but they still have a deathly fear of dogs. You're going to force that driver to let a German Shepherd in their vehicle? Fuck your fear, fuck your feelings? Come on now. Are you serious? The ride would have to be one of the most unsafe rides there is. If the dog is shifting around and the driver is constantly turning around because they're in fear that the dog may maul them, what kind of a ride is that? How are you going to tell the driver, just get over your fear and let this dog in your vehicle? And I'm not even going into hair shedding, dogs salivating all over the vehicle. All of that shit's got to be cleaned up. Somebody put a dog in your vehicle that's salivating and leaving saliva all over every damn thing. You think the next passenger wants to sit in a whole seat full of jizz? And yeah, I know what the term jizz is, but we're talking saliva here. So all of a sudden there's saliva all over the damn seat. You can't force the passenger to clean it up, certainly if they got disabilities and things like that. Can you count on Uber to charge a passenger if their dog leaves saliva in your vehicle? This is not alcohol. This is not someone defecating or vomiting in your vehicle. This is a dog that may just have spit coming all out of his damn mouth. And that's up to you to clean that up. You have no option whether to refuse this trip or not. This is what I mean when I say the independent contractor label is eroding. Let's say, for instance, you were a plumber, a lawn care provider, or someone else under the same circumstances. You got a fear of dogs. You got a strong allergy to pets. As a plumber, you don't have to take a job in somebody's house where they got animals roaming all around, and while you're under the sink changing pipes, you sniffing and sneezing and shit because cats are running all across your belly. You don't have to take that job. But all of a sudden you become a rideshare driver and you do? That is an erosion of the independent contractor label right there. Now, I'm going to tell you an easy way to get out of this where you can continue driving and not do this. But the other issue I wanted to point out, which could lead to a medical emergency, allergies. Everyone that has an allergy has a reaction at a different level. Just like some people can have a reaction to peanut butter, and in some cases it can be fatal. Depends on how allergic you are to something. If you have an allergy to pets, why would you make the driver continue that trip sniffing, sneezing, eyes watering, whatever the hell they're going through? This is completely uncomfortable to the driver. Could cause them to lose focus on the road. Who knows what the hell could happen? Why not just try to pair up drivers that are willing to deal with passengers that do this stuff? Why force it on everybody at great discomfort to many of the drivers? This is the kind of stuff where you hear drivers suggest they don't give a damn about us. Because this is literally a case of that. We don't care if you have allergies. We don't care if you're scared shitless of dogs. Who gives a damn? You're going to take this trip anyway. That's about as insensitive and cruel as you can get. So here is the way around all of this shit. Just drive off. Just drive off. Do not let the passenger know their service animals is why you are refusing them a ride. Either you can make up an excuse for why you need to immediately terminate the ride if you want to suggest your child is in trouble or you got an emergency at home, you can't take this trip or whatever. But if they have not gotten in your vehicle and you see a service animal at the curb or whatever, cancel the trip and drive off. You don't have to tell them anything about why you're canceling the trip. Now, some passengers may make up a story and say he canceled because of my service animal or whatever. Once again, you can tell Uber, I had an emergency at home. Somebody was breaking in my house. The Ring doorbell camera went off. Make up some shit. Whatever you have to do, just never let those words come out of your mouth via text or email. I canceled because they had an animal. Just don't say that part. And for the most part, you're in the clear. As an independent contractor, you have the right not to take trips. Just because you arrived at a location and canceled on the spot at that location does not mean it was because of the service animal. And it is not outside of your rights as an independent contractor. Like I just stated, a plumber, a lawn care provider, or anyone else that's an independent contractor can drive up to the house of the potential customer that they're about to do business with and simply drive off. That's what an independent contractor rights entail. Maybe you're going to install ceiling fans and you get paid as an independent contractor. You drive up to the house and there's a hell of a lot of gangbangers on the porch that you don't want to walk through and leave a valuable van outside. Drive off. You haven't broken any damn laws. Same thing if they got a bunch of German Shepherds in the damn window or pit bulls in the window. Drive off. You haven't broken any federal laws because you drove off. That's their service animal that's in the window. You're going to tell me I got to go in that house where there's a bunch of pit bulls roaming around and I got a deathly fear of pit bulls? No, drive off. That's what an independent contractor is supposed to be able to do. When they start punishing you for this stuff and telling you you have to do it, even if it is a medical detriment to yourself, that's not being an independent contractor. Now they're pushing you into the realm of being an employee. As if a city bus driver, for instance, may not have a right to turn down service animals or something like that. That's an employee. Because if you put a service animal on a city bus and it decides to bite the driver, or the driver has allergies or something that leads him to having to go to the hospital or something, the city is going to pay and cover that driver's expenses and take care of that driver. If you, as an Uber driver, have a pet in your vehicle that gets startled, maybe scratches up the upholstery in your vehicle, maybe on some rare occasion decides to bite your ass, you think Uber can be counted on to look out for you? Hell no. Anyhow, you guys let me know what you think of this. Are you a big fan of service animals? Or do you take my advice? Just simply drive off. As always, it's your boy Tim. Subscribe to the damn channel, and I'll see you in the next one.